Hey, I'm Alex Lam, and in this episode of Stories of the World, we'll be talking about the first consumer product made in Chernobyl's exclusion zone, Atomik vodka. But before we talk about Atomik vodka, let's briefly talk about the Chernobyl disaster. In 1986, there was a huge explosion at Chernobyl's nuclear power plant, which released unimaginable amounts of radioactive material. It was equivalent to 500 nuclear bombs being set off. It contaminated air, water, soil. Everything was so toxic, it was considered to be inhabitable for humans. Approximately 350,000 people were evacuated, and a 2,600 meters square exclusion zone was put in place. To put into perspective how big that is, it's the same as the land area of Rhode Island, or the same size as Luxembourg. Over 6,000 kilometers of land in the Ukraine and Belarus has been unfarmable. It was the world's worst nuclear disaster in history. So for someone to go into Chernobyl and make a consumable product to sell to the general population, that'd be completely insane. But a team of scientists did just that. So let's get to the story. Atomik vodka is a product of Chernobyl Spirit Company. It's led by a gentleman named Jim Smith, who is a professor at UK's University of Portsmouth. The vodka is made from grain that was slightly contaminated and water from an aquifer in Chernobyl. The first ever bottle was made in August 2019. It's been triple distilled, then diluted to 40%. But is it safe to drink? According to all the numbers and analytics, it is. After rigorous testing, no radioactive isotopes such as plutonium, americanium, blah 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 are found in the final product. Sorry, I can't pronounce those. I quote from Professor Smith, "This is no more radioactive than any other vodka. Any chemist will tell you, when you distill something, impurities stay in the waste product." We asked our friends at Southampton University, who have an amazing radioanalytical laboratory, to see if they could find any radioactivity. They couldn't find anything. Everything was well below their limit of detection. End quote. What's really amazing is that Chernobyl Spirit Company's ultimate goal is to help the citizens of Chernobyl. People have moved back into Chernobyl but are living in impoverished conditions. They don't have a proper diet, most of them are unemployed, there's no proper medical care. A 2006 report from the World Health Organization concluded that poverty and mental health issues resulting from the Chernobyl disaster pose a far greater threat to local populations than any residue radiation. According to Chernobyl Spirit Company's website, they will donate at least 75% of its profit from sales to supporting communities in the affected areas and wildlife conservation. And the other 25% will be reinvested into the business. They've gotten support from Oleg Nazvit, who is the first deputy head of the State Agency of Ukraine for Exclusion Zone Management. "We welcome this initiative to use abandoned lands to help local communities," he said. "It is important that we do everything we can to support the restoration of normal life in these areas whilst putting safety first." Which seems extremely difficult for the people living in the exclusion zone. I mean, we gotta step back and think, who in their right mind would move into Chernobyl? Who would invest into Chernobyl? It'd be the last place any person or company would want to go to. So it's amazing that Professor Smith and his team are the ones taking the lead, the initiative, and creating Atomik vodka. And I know you're all dying to know the important question. Has anyone drank the Atomik vodka, and what does it taste like? A team of experts were assembled in a cocktail bar in London and compared Atomik with house vodka. A gentleman from Bar Swift in Soho said, "It's more of a grain spirit than a vodka, so it has much more fruity notes. You can still taste the rye." When asked about which cocktail Sam would make, he said that it would definitely make a classic martini and also maybe mix in a little bit of champagne. Now at this point in time, only one bottle has been made, and it may be a while before this becomes readily available. Professor Smith and his team hope to produce 500 bottles this year, and the plan is to offer it to the increasing number of tourists who are visiting the exclusion zone. Which leads me to the question, would you guys buy anything from the exclusion zone? Let me know in the comments below. Now if you guys want to check out Atomik Vodka's website, I've linked it in the description box below. So that's the story of Atomic Vodka. I'm super excited to see Chernobyl and its citizens thrive. I think it's going to be such a beautiful and wholesome sight. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more stories. I'm Alex Lam and this is Stories of the World. Cheers.